All right, good evening. Welcome back to Calculus 2. We are looking at problem number 4b here. This is the integral of x to the fifth e to the x cubed dx. Okay, and this one looks like it's a bit of a mess, and there is a little bit of a trick with this one. So what we're going to do is this exponent bit here, that's the thing that seems to be causing most of the problems. So on a hunch, and you may not always pick the right hunch. Okay, realize that as you're doing these problems and picking out u substitutions, sometimes you're going to guess wrong, and it's okay. And you get yourself into a spot, you're like, ooh, that didn't end up the way I wanted it to. Pick a different u. It's going to happen. It happens to everybody. It's part of the process. It's just, it's something you have to live with. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and say let u equals x cubed. Its derivative du is equal, we're not going to do this way. We're going to, because I know it's coming. So I'm going to pick a different letter. I'm going to pick W. Okay, so we're going to say let W equal x cubed. dW equals 3x squared. All right, let's go ahead and group and kind of take a look at what we have here. So we're going to take this integral. We have an x cubed e to the x cubed. Now, this was an x to the fifth, so we're going to say times x squared. So 3 plus 2. When the bases are the same, we get to add the exponent. So it's going to be x to the fifth dx here. And that's really looking close to my dw here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say we need a 3 right here and a 1/3 out in front because I can't go around multiplying stuff by 3. That's not going to work. So let's go ahead and substitute what we can substitute in here, okay? So we have w is equal to x to the x cubed here. So we have 1/3 x cubed is w. We have e to the w times dw. That was that whole 3x squared dx business, okay? This is a classic integration by parts kind of a problem. Okay, so we're going to look at this. We're going to say integration by parts, and we're going to say, this is why I didn't want to pick u. So let u equals w, du is equal to dw. That's not going to be too bad. dv is equal to e to the w, dw, and v, of course, is just e to the w because integrating e to the w is just e to the w. And now we have our swish and flick. Okay, so we can go ahead and deal with our integration by parts here. So we have 1/3, and now we have uv, which is going to be w e to the w, okay, minus the integral of e to the w dw. Well, that's an integral that I can deal with. So, and this is 1/3 times the whole thing. Okay, so we have 1/3, and then we have brackets. W e to the w minus, and then just integrating e to the w is e to the w plus c, right? And then 1/3 of a constant is still a constant, so you can soak up that 1/3 inside of the constant. You don't have to put like a little C1 or C2 or anything like that. What the heck was W? Well, going back all the way back up here, W was x cubed. So we're going to change everything back into our x cubed. So we have 1/3 x cubed e to the x cubed minus 1/3, because we're distributing this 1/3 to everybody, minus 1/3 e to the x cubed plus c. That there is the integration of that x to the fifth e to the x cubed. So there's a little bit of a trick with it. Try a u, but if you end up like, ooh, this was a terrible mess, that's okay. That's going to happen. So at that point, this is why pencils have erasers. But when you're doing your test, I recommend you've got this thing where it didn't go through, draw a line through it, keep going. Okay. Like I know every student has like a little aggravation meter above their ear, like you see in fight games with their health. And I watch students take tests in person and they get the pencil and they turn it around and they start erasing. And I can see that aggravate, it fills up. The red fills up and they get so frustrated by the end. It was like, just draw a line through it and keep going. You don't have time to like sit there and like erase a hole in your paper and you get really fussed. Don't do that to yourselves. Just cross a line through it and keep going. All right. So don't forget your plus C, but that's how you integrate this thing. So try a couple of different U's. One of them is going to work. So thank you very much for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one and take care.